Hey everyone, it's Rob from Hypop and welcome back to another video. In this one, we are taking a closer look at a brand new flash from Godox. This is the Godox AD100Pro Mark II. So we have the brand new Godox AD100Pro Mark II with us here. This is basically the last piece to the puzzle for the updated versions of the AD series flashes from Godox. The popular models, as you're aware, we have previously unboxed and reviewed the other Mark II versions, including the AD200 Pro Mark II, the 300 Pro Mark II, 400 Pro Mark II, and also 600 Pro Mark II. So this was the last piece to the puzzle here, the 100. We weren't sure if they were going to update the 100 Pro Mark II, but it made sense that they would. Essentially, all of those features from the previous Mark II upgrades have flowed through to all of the different output flashes from this series, so it's no different here with the 100 Pro. On the side here, you've got the features that those Mark II versions have updated, including the X3 sync, the one-touch sync. So that's the ability to sync this up at one touch with the X3 and the X3 Pro. You also have the 16 distinct group indicators, which are the LED lights at the back of the light here. There's two little LED lights, so it changes colors depending on the group that it's set to. You also have, obviously it's a TTL flash, full featured, high speed sync up to 1/8,000th of a second. You have compatibility with Godox's X wireless system, but also their FT433 megahertz system as well, which wasn't supported with the previous model. And of course, because this is the AD100 Pro Mark II, it has the same diameter round head as Godox's V1 flashes, V1 Pro, you've got the V100, and that's all the same diameter. That means that you have the compatibility with the magnetic accessories, as well as some of the modifiers, like a diffuser dome to go on the front or slip onto the top of this flash here. Let's take a look at what's included. So first things first, we have an updated carry pouch. This is sort of like a hard, soft shell, so it's not a full rigid case, but it is hard, it's structured, and it is sort of like a soft type material. So that's a nice inclusion there. You've got a double zipper opening there. And on the inside, what we have is the user guide. You've also got the tilt bracket, and for those of you that are wondering, this is called the AD-E2 or tilt bracket. You'll find this in the AD300 Pro Mark II as well as the 200 Pro Mark II. You've got a USB Type A to Type C charging cable, and you've also got a power adapter that you can plug that USB cable into there for charging. And you have the battery. So this is the WB100 battery, but it is slightly different to the previous model. This is called the WB100C. And why it is called the C is because there's a Type C charging port here on the side. So that means you can plug a Type C cable directly into the battery just like that to charge it directly without the need for a charging plate, which is great. And of course, you've got the AD100 Pro Mark II. So here is the AD100 Pro Mark II, and to be quite honest, not much has changed in terms of the design and the same form factor. So it's essentially the same flash, but you do have a lot of those quality of life improvements to this model being the Mark II version. So once we place the battery inside, which we'll do there, it's all the same there. You'll see that USB Type-C charging port there, which is nifty. I wouldn't advise to charge the battery while your flash is in use. That would likely degrade the battery over time. So definitely just only charge this once it's outside from the battery. Now the flash itself is still that sort of soft drink can shape size, and it is that round cylindrical head. Now this flash here is only suitable for off camera. There's no means to mount this on camera unless you have some sort of cold shoe bracket. However, it's intended to be an off-camera flash, and it is 100 watts of output. So if you wanted an on-camera flash and one that you could use off-camera sometimes as well, so a bit of both, you'd likely be looking at the Godox V100 flash. But this one here is exclusively meant to be a portable flash strobe. Now it does only weigh about 564 grams, so it is still that lightweight flash that everyone knows and loves. It's one that you can actually place inside a carry pouch perhaps with your camera gear if you're needing a portable flash to come with you, one that you can place in your backpack, so it doesn't add too much weight. It's almost about the size of a lens if you like to compare it to that. The actual diameter is about 7.5 centimeters, and you've got about 12.2 centimeters in length. So it is a very compact flash. Now, on the back here, what you'll see are some of those features that have been updated. So firstly, if we turn on the flash, what you'll see is there's now a color TFT screen, which makes it a little bit more legible in daylight when you are using this on location. It's a bit easier for the controls too. So when you jump into the menu, you'll see there's a bunch of different colors representing the different menu options. You have those group LED indicators on the back here. So you've got one on either side. So if you jump into wireless and change the group, what you'll notice is the color also changes as well. So I've got this on group C and the color has changed to blue. Now you also have that wireless sync function, so that one-touch sync that you can do on your wireless mode. And you've also got that LED modeling light on the front there. And it's actually a 3200 Kelvin modeling light. That's perfect in low light situations. It's one that was in the previous model as well. And you have got an updated cooling fan or architecture on the inside here of the flash. That means that you can actually get about between 60 to 100 consecutive flashes without the flash overheating or reducing in recycle time. So they have improved that over the previous model as well. New battery, the WB100C with that USB Type-C charging, actually has higher capacity too. So this one here is 2,850 milliamps. And that gives you about 490 full power shots on a single charge. So it's a bit more of an efficient battery with a more efficient cooling system as well. And on the side, you've still got that sync port. That's a 3.5mm jack there for the sync port, as well as that USB Type-C port there for updating the firmware. So that's not a charging port, just be mindful of that. And you've got the onboard controls, of course, the usual dial here. You've also got the mode button, the menu button, the modeling light button, as well as the test fire button. Right on the top, you've still got that optical slave sensor there. That's that IR sensor. And for the tilt bracket, to mount this onto a stand, you'll just be using one of two of these 1/4-20 threads. So you can mount the tilt bracket on. And once you mount that on, that allows you to mount that onto a light stand. And this tilt bracket allows you to control the angle of the light. It also allows you to mount an umbrella through. So if you're just using a basic umbrella modifier. And this flash really is one of those lights that's really portable. It's easy to use. If you're using this as part of a larger system, maybe you have a big key light like a 300, 400 or 600 watt. This will be great as a backlight or a fill light or a little pop flash. I feel like this is a very great portable light to be included as part of a larger lighting kit. So just jumping into the menu of the AD100Pro Mark II. Firstly, we have the on switch here, and you can see you need to rotate the dial to unlock, which is great. It's a safety mechanism to essentially prevent you from turning this on while it's in transport or packed away, and that way you're not using the light accidentally. You also have 4 buttons here, so you've got mode where you can toggle between multi, TTL and manual. And then you've also got the menu button here, which toggles through all the different menu options. You've got the modeling light here, so you can press the modeling light and then press set to turn it on. And you can see you can increase the output from 10% to 100%. As you actually increase the output of the modeling light, you hear the fan initiate at first, so you hear it turn on. But it's not that loud in terms of the sound when you just leave it and once it's set to that certain percentage. So that's something to take note of. You also have the ability to hold this down and turn off the modeling light. So hold it, turn on, hold it, turn off, and then you've also got the test fire button. Now jumping into the menu, what you can see is you have a few things here. You've got the wireless mode. So here you can change the wireless to be on or off. You'd only turn it off if you're using the optical slave at the top here, or if you're using the sync port on the side. You also have other settings such as the group, changing your channel, and also the ID. You have wireless sync with that one-touch sync with the Godox X3 and the X3 Pro systems. So that's the new feature that's been updated. You've also got Photocells, so if you are using optical slave, you'd likely be using a photocell, whether that's S1 or S2 groupings. You have high-speed sync all the way up to 1/8000th of a second, so you can turn that on or off. You also have the modeling light to be at intervals to turn it off as it flashes, or leave it continuously on. So if it's on inter, as you can see there, and we turn on the modding light, let's turn on the modding light. When you flash it, it actually turns the modding light off as it flashes. However, if you have it at continuous, then it will just always stay on. Then you also have beep, so that's the audible sound when it fires. Then you have the type of how you want the power to be represented, whether it's in fractions or decimals. You have standby time, so you can change the standby time of the light. You also have auto off time in 30, 60, 90 and 120 minute intervals. You have brightness, so you can change the brightness up to 100% here for better brightness, say outdoors if you're on location. You can set the flash to delay flash as it triggers, so from 0.01 seconds to 30 seconds. You've got toggling between English or Chinese here, and you also have reset, so if you've hit some settings and you don't know what's happened, your best bet is to reset. And then you've also got device info that tells you the firmware version as well as the model of the light. From time to time, Godox do release firmware updates, so it's good to be on top of that. And you'd be updating it via the USB Type-C port on the side there. So that was our unboxing and review of the Godox AD100Pro Mark II. Now the AD100Pro Mark II has been one of those flashes that's been quite popular due to it being right at that cusp there of being an off-camera flash, just one of the first ones that you perhaps look at if you're venturing into off-camera flash. And it really has been popular because of its versatile modifier system. It does have the compatibility with the AKR1 magnetic system. It's also compatible with the AKR22 diffuser dome. If you're to pair this up with the Godox S2 or S3 bracket, you can open this up to a wide variety of Bowens mount modifiers. You also have that umbrella mount. So it has so many ways in which you could use and modify this light, which is why it has been popular. It's good to see Godox has updated the last piece in this AD series, which is that AD100Pro to that new Mark II version. So it has all of those quality of life improvements that you've seen on previous models. All of those updates with the menu, updates with compatibilities with the X3 triggers. So it really is now a complete system, and you might even look at this as perhaps a light to use as part of a larger system. Overall, I feel it is a great pocket flash. It's one that you can pop into your bag, take it with you wherever. Perfect for low light situations, event photographers, wedding photographers, even to use as a studio light. So really it is a great flash to add as part of your lighting kit. For more videos just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comment section below your thoughts, or if you have any questions about the Godox AD100Pro Mark II, follow us on socials, the links are down below, and visit our website, hypop.com.au. Thanks for watching.